Confrontation. A smaller scale battle, limited to 2 airbases per side. A nice warm-up for the larger multi-hour-long escalation matches. But how fast can we operate if we try to be as efficient as possible? Starting on the BDF side, I'm hopping into the chicane. I need some extra firepower for the opening to hopefully earn some cash. Significantly more well-equipped than it used to be, it can now carry a true multi-purpose loadout. Our first target will be this enemy column. The ATPs are excellent for taking out heavy armor. I will start by taking out the rear, composed of some MBTs and IFVs. The softer targets will be cleaned up by my teammates. A few successful hits, and I'm already chased by a Fox 2 coming from this compass. I fire at him, but he defends against my S1. He turns towards me and deploys his air brakes. In the midst of everything, he chose to commit to a CAS run. My second S1 fails to cause damage, so I turn to let my gunner shred him.
Left engine failure.
Unfortunately, I put myself into the debris field. I barely escaped with my life, but a piece of the compass got sucked into my intake and disabled one of my engines. The chicane can fly with half power, but just barely. I need to lose some weight. I turn my attention to a faraway chicane. As we've learned, the AGM-48 work absolutely magnificently against helicopters. First missile connects and causes moderate damage. The chicanes are built like tanks. Second missile hits and there's more pieces falling off of him. The pilots decide they had enough and eject. As I limp my way back to the airfield, I keep checking if I have sight on other chicanes. I spot one, quickly turn 180 degrees and send 2 48s at it. The missiles have a tougher time maneuvering once they run out of fuel, but in this case they score a hit. No significant damage, but this will count as an assist when the helo goes down. I land successfully and hop into a cricket. I want to perform a low-level precision strike against a high-value enemy target. Filled up with 48s, I'm targeting the enemy SPAA gun. This one aero sentry is almost single-handedly defending its airbase. Taking it out will make bombing runs much easier. I choose a path slightly to the east to avoid most of the enemy ground units. Over in the distance, I spot an approaching convoy. I know this specific assault group is well equipped with anti-air units, including a bolt strike, so I want to avoid it. On the way, I fire 2 missiles at the tarantula. I cannot resist engaging with these bulky, slow-moving targets. Back to the mission, the aerosentry gets the 10 missile special because he deserves it. The aforementioned bolt strike has now started firing at me, forcing me to dive and notch. The AA gun lights up the sky in a desperate attempt to defend itself. When dealing with aero sentries, always use twice as much ammo as you think you need. My attention is, again, lured by the Tula. It's operating in the gunship mode, probably laying waste to our ground units. I can just about keep pace with it. I try my luck with an S2 shot, but the Tula has about 1 million flares to use. As we approach the enemy convoy, I wisely disengage. I uneventfully RTB until the very last moments when a Fox 3 starts screaming in my ear. I use my maneuverability to my advantage and descend into a notching position. That was a lucky escape. Another Fox 3 locks onto me. I am committed to landing and hope I'll be low enough to avoid pain. No such luck. You truly are never safe in this game. Time to stop messing around. The Revoker can be used quite decently as a light bomber. After avoiding some Fox 2s along the way, I release my bomb load on the enemy infrastructure. With the aero sentry gone, there's not much left to intercept them. After a slightly unorthodox landing, I rent a vortex. I fill my internal load with the mini-pabs and leave my pylons empty. I will perform a long-range stealth strike against critical enemy air defenses. I want my RCS as tiny as possible for this one. I gain some decent altitude and observe limited yield nuclear explosion going off far below, burning spots into my retina for the rest of my life. I am more or less invisible for enemy radars, but some brave pilots may still try to hit me with IR weapons. Now over on the enemy airbase I can identify an enemy radar truck and a bolt strike, but I know there's an AA gun sitting there too. As I descend rapidly, I'm going to cheat a little. When the enemy units reveal themselves, I press the slow motion key. I add the aero sentry to my target list and drop my ordnance. The AA gun fired at me briefly, but upon releasing my bomb load, it switched targets to defend itself. I drop my load from a very close distance. Successful hits on all radar defenses. As for the IR SAMs, they have a surprisingly hard time tracking targets at close range. I return home and successfully botch my landing on the grass. Now for the grand finale. I take the anti-fun loadout and fill the Ifrit up with all the 250 kilotons it can carry. I don't need anything else. Keep my RCS low, focused, and in my lane. There is nothing left to stop me. I deploy the bombs and turn around at the edge of the exclusion zone. The strategic nuclear weapons obliterate everything. This mission is over. The entire operation lasted just under 45 minutes, though I'm sure there are far more experienced pilots that could do this even faster.